because that is something that is not happening in our country right now. We as survivors are often left out and not talked about, and our survival is told that we're imaginary. And I just want to thank you for being here, because as you heard from Gianna, our stories were not imaginary. These are real circumstances that we were born under, and we survived real abortions. And so I want to tell you my story, and if anything comes of this today, I want you to see our humanity. I want you to see our face and hear our stories and know our names, because babies do survive abortions. Many types of abortions, many gestational ages. And today you have an opportunity to hear from two of us who have survived very different types of abortion, but our stories matter. Because we were given medical care, we are standing before you today. But that is not the case for every single child across this country. My birth mother was 13 years old when she was pregnant with me. I met her 10 years ago and had the opportunity to thank her for choosing life for me and for giving me my family through adoption. And I watched as she shared with me through tears in her eyes about her abortion at 13 years old. She was told that she had no other choice, and so she was taken to a local abortion clinic at 20 weeks, and she had a D&E, dismemberment abortion that day. They told her that they had solved her problem, that she could go home and that her life would go back to normal, but a few weeks went by, her life never went back to normal. She realized her belly was still growing, and so she went back to that same abortion clinic, and they told her that day that her abortion had been successful, but that it had only been successful on one baby, but that she was pregnant with twins and one had survived that abortion procedure. They asked my birth mother what she wanted to do that day, and her mother spoke up and made a second request there in Oklahoma and a third request in Kansas for an abortion on my life. But because they had ripped the sack that I was in during that abortion that took the life of my twin, my birth mother was not able to have that second abortion. So I was born at 30 weeks. I weighed 3 pounds, 2 ounces. I had a dislocated hip and clubbed feet. And for the past 10 years, my birth mother was told that the abortion caused those physical problems for me. But after doctors have reviewed my medical history, I've come to find out that those are actually just signs that I was a twin. And so that abortion that I thought, that actually tore my twin apart, left me untouched. And that makes my story more miraculous than I have come to know it. This abortion that I survived, it not only tore my twin apart limb by limb, but it took my twin away from me. Doctors say that survivors, that our bodies can remember. Psychologists tell me that I remember my twin, that I saw what happened that day when that abortion successfully took the life of my twin, but accidentally left me untouched. Science and medical technology would show you that I was a human being during that abortion procedure, and that I not only deserved the right to life, but I deserved medical care after I was born, after a failed abortion in my life. And so I wanted to come here to show you my face, to tell you my name, to tell you my story, because this is happening. And it's happening to real people just like me. And as you heard a minute ago, I'm not alone. There are others who are fortunate enough to have survived an abortion attempt on our life. But that's not required right now in our country for us to be given medical care after we survive an abortion. That is not required in North Carolina. And so I'm asking you today representatives and the state of North Carolina to come together and to rise up and to stand in the gap for women just like my birth mother, but also for women just like Gianna and I, who to no choice of our own survived an abortion, something that was meant to take our life. And I want to acknowledge today that I realize there are men and women who are hurting after an abortion attempt, and I want to tell you that I have forgiven my birth mother completely, and there is hope. And as Gianna mentioned earlier today, we all will answer to God one day. And so I want to ask North Carolina to do what's right, to do the right thing, to do the good thing, and to fight for babies under any circumstance, born during a failed abortion, born after a failed abortion, or born under any other circumstance. So thank you so much for acknowledging us, and thank you for having me.
Mr. Speaker, Dr. Hunter is here. He just came in a little late. Representative McElrath, you want to?
We weren't sure he was going to make it. I'm glad you made it, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Hunter, for being here. I want to introduce Dr. Johnny Hunter in a moment, but I just want to thank other members of the faith community for being here. We really appreciate their coming here and helping Gianna also. Dr. Hunter is president of the Life Education Abortion Resource Network, LEARN. He's the largest African-American pro-life ministry he is in charge of in the United States. He and his wife, Pat Hunter, are inspiring champions of fundamental human rights to life. Dr. Hunter, Dr. Johnny Hunter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Allow me to be brief and very plain. No child should be neglected to die on the day of their birthday. Amen.